My name is Zoe Swindells. I work at the O2 Arena in London. And in this session, I'm just going to be talking about standing out to, that should actually say venue bookers. I'm a venue booker, not a booking agent. And also how we book, how we get artists into the O2. So let's press this one. I should have done it then, really. Cool. So yeah, so my job role is programming assistant, and I mainly deal directly with existing and new promoters, booking the O2's calendar by issuing available dates and challenges, researching potential events, generating venue hire agreements, and creating reports and statistics. So just want to quickly just recap just a couple of things about just kind of the chain, really. So a lot of people say it must be awesome to work with all those great artists. I really wish that was the case, but there's actually a few people between me and the artist. So this is how I understand the booking chain. So the artist and the artist management discuss a tour period that they'd like to do. They pass that information on to the agent, who then pass it on to the promoter. The promoter goes out all to the venues, and as a venue, we reply back with our availability. And just go from there, really, and discuss with them until they're ready to book the dates. So we deal with two types of clients, existing and first-timers. But here's some information about our current promoters and some of the companies we work with. So in 2015, 64% of our events were music-based, and these were for shows such as like U2, Take That, Fleetwood Mac, and many more. And for those 64%, we sold 1.3 million tickets. And the events that we host can be national and international tours. And here's some of the companies that we do work with. They're not all music, I might add, but Feld Entertainment suppliers with Disney on Ice, and Matchroom give us loads of sporting events. We have a strong relationship with all these companies, and they all have lots of experience with working in the arena, which is great. So moving on to new promoters. Just quickly clear my throat. So often we get inquiries with people who would like to book the arena who haven't organised an event in the arena before. Because of this, we have to really be careful and research the act and the promoter, just to make sure that the event runs smoothly and is a massive success for everyone. So firstly, we would need references for the promoter from previous venues that they've worked with. And they can be from, the references can be from the venues that are run by the same company as the O2, so the SSE Wembley Arena, which is really beneficial. But if not, we'll make sure that we contact the bookings manager for whatever venue is passed on to us. Secondly, we will research the artist or the show that the promoter is bringing, just wanting to know where they've performed in the last 5 years. Are they going to be releasing any new music? When was the last time they released music? But also to understand if there's been any issues with their previous gigs as well, just to make sure that we are aware of any. So next we would ask the promoter for confirmation of artist. So just to make sure that they've actually got the artist in question, because there are cases where there are multiple promoters trying to get dates for the same artist. So it's just to make sure. And lastly, we would need background checks, just to make sure that all of the accounts are valid and that we're definitely going to get that up and running. If all the above is positive, we will continue with the booking, which is really exciting. So yeah, so here are some of the pitfalls that first-time promoters that I've dealt with fall into. So the first contact that you will have with the venue is usually over email or phone. And from there, we'll ask loads of questions about your event. You know, who's going to be performing if it's a multi-artist lineup, what your ticket prices are going to be, and so on. The point being really is, you know, you need to understand your event. You need to know all the information possible, the ins and outs of it, just to so you know that we know that you understand what it's going to be. Amazingly, some people approach us having never organised an event before. There is a huge amount of detail that goes into running an event, from organising the artists, family and friends tickets on the day, to organising a sound check after a really complex load-in, but to also even running the event day itself. So a lot of experience is needed before booking an event into the arena. Make sure you know what is and isn't included in the venue hire fee. Just for example, in our venue hire fee is production costs for things such as lighting and PA, whereas some smaller venues will include that in their hire fee. So it's just to make sure that you don't get caught out, basically. And finally, being punctual in communication with all the people involved, not only just the venue, but your production companies, your rigging companies, just making sure that there's continuous communication, because things could actually, you could actually lose control. Here it is. So finally, we really love hosting all the events that we have, and we're always looking out for new adventures. Some of the recent additions that we have had is Country to Country, Country Music Festival, which is currently in its 4th year, which is really awesome. It sells out every year. And also in its 1st year this year is Stone Free Festival, a prog rock festival, and that's coming in June, which is really exciting. So we also co-promoted the return of English boxer David Hay just back in January, and which was a risk for us as a venue, but also as a promoter company, because there's always a chance that he may not win. Fortunately, he did, and we're actually co-promoting his Heyday 2 in May this year, which is really exciting. We always research incoming events, and we just make sure that, just to make sure that the event runs smoothly, and again, is a success for everyone. And lastly, everything that I've explained and talked about here is specific to the O2, but quite a lot of the specifics and, a lot of the principles remain the same across all venues, no matter the size. And yeah, thanks very much for listening to me. I know it was probably quite quick. But yeah, if you've got any questions now.
Probably got time for one question. If someone's got one good question. Anyone volunteering a good question?
Or not, it's fine.
Anyone got a bad question? A mid-level question?
What was the least attended event you had at the O2?
Bad question. Any better questions?
Yeah. Let's talk later.
In the bar, she says. Okay, good. Candice, go on, shout it out.
What's your contingency for last-minute cancellations and for one that consider cancelled, and for rescheduling? How does the venue manage that? As soon as we know that an event is going to be postponed or cancelled, the promoter will let us know straight away. We try and get out some form of communication to our fans, whether it's just hold on, we're not selling any tickets for the time being, this event has been postponed. We try and get an official line from the promoter. So we will have maybe a quick statement if we can't get that just yet, but as soon as that comes through, we put that out straight away. We send lots of information across all of our channels. I suppose it depends on actually what the time is between postponing or cancelling and the actual day of the event. We will also actually stick a couple of our guest relation team into the arena just on the day that it should have been, just to make sure that actually people haven't turned up and have no idea what's going on. So yeah, did that answer your question? Yeah, happy with that?
Perfect. Cool, Zoe, thank you ever so much indeed.
No worries, thanks for having me.